Good morning, it's Dr. Garrett, and today I want to talk to you about how we get out of fight or flight. So first let's talk about what fight or flight is, and then we can talk about how we can get out of it and then stay out of it subsequently. So when we think about our bodies, we have two kind of symbiotic nervous systems. We have our sympathetic nervous system, our fight or flight. You get startled, you feel that ache in your joints. This is where your body shifts all the blood flow so that you can run away. Pupils dilate, heart rate accelerates. Again, joints, you'll feel like they feel a little bit more limber, all of that. And then we have our parasympathetic, which is our rest, our digest. And again, they're symbiotic. They need each other. You need to flow in and out of one and into another. However, after undue amounts of stress and someone who's been stressed out for long periods of time, what can happen is you can stay stuck in that fight or flight, and that's not much fun. So you constantly feel like your heart's racing, which will cause your blood pressure to go up. Your adrenal glands will start secreting tons of catecholamines, which are stress hormones, things like cortisol. You're going to notice more glucocorticoids, more mineralocorticoids, which is going to down-regulate your DHEA, which is responsible for helping to create testosterone. It's also going to down-regulate your dopamine, which is the neurotransmitter that gives you purpose, drive, and focus. So you get this tired but wired feeling, and you just don't feel great. Again, a little bit of fight or flight, fine. But when we stay in it for long periods of time, we start having issues. So let's talk naturally, a few things we can do, pharmaceutically, a few things we can do, and nutraceutically, a few things that we can do. So naturally, if you feel like you're stuck in fight or flight, or you feel like you're just stressed out, or you're feeling anxious and just can't get out of that reflex, then there's a few things that you can do. Deep breathing is a great one. So you're going to breathe in nice and slowly for 4 counts, hold that breath for 2 counts, breathe out for 8 counts, hold that empty breath for 2 counts, and repeat this cycle several times. Now, a couple other things you can do, and these are some of the easier ones, is you can kind of trick your amygdala. So coffee cup, hot tea, green tea is great for this because this will also have L-theanine in it, which will boost your dopamine production. But you're going to hold this in your hands, and what that'll do is that will cause the brain to calm down. So coffee cup, warm, hot tea, something like that, just warming the palms of your hands does an amazing job with that. Now, here's some fun ways. So whenever you're really stuck in fight or flight, tip your head to the side, look up at the corner of your eye, and massage your earlobe. And what'll happen is you'll start to notice that you'll start pulling saliva back here in the back, or you'll start yawning. That means you have successfully flipped over to that parasympathetic. Again, remember, parasympathetic is going to be your rest and digest. So you'll notice the more saliva, you'll notice you're yawning because you're resting a little bit more. So those are some natural ways to kind of get out of that. Staying out of that long term would be making sure you're exercising in the morning, especially level 2 cardio exercise, because this is going to raise your cortisol. If you're a woman, no more cold plunge more than 3 times a week. So, just less than 3 is good. Doing some sauna will help with that. Trying to get out of the stress, figuring out what stress there is and getting out of it. Sleep is vitally important for this. Now, nutraceutically, there are some things that we can do. Now, when I think of nutraceuticals, I would rather you try to do the more natural methods first and then try to move into some nutraceuticals. But we've got some that I wanted to talk to you a little bit. Okay, so pharmagaba. Pharmagaba is really great. So it is GABA, a neurotransmitter, and this neurotransmitter is the one that gives you peace. It can help you sleep. It helps with anxiety as well. So with pharmagaba, you can chew a couple of these and it'll calm it down pretty quickly for you. Ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is a type of an adaptogen. Now, adaptogens, they do what they say. They're going to adapt to what your body needs. However, it usually takes a couple weeks on an adaptogen in order for you to start to notice the effects of it. But ashwagandha is a great one just for calming you down, helping you to sleep, helping you feel a little bit better. Catechol-A-Calm. This one I tend to give a lot of my patients who are in adrenal fatigue, where their cortisol is all over the place, whether it's high or low. We'll give them some Catechol-A-Calm. These are adaptogens. These are different herbs that'll help to balance things a little bit better. And then finally, my favorite is NeuroCalm. NeuroCalm contains a couple different things. It has L-tyrosine, which will help to boost the dopamine. It has GABA in it, which we just talked about, neurotransmitter that causes you to feel more at ease, helps remove some of that anxiety. It also has 5-HTP, which is the precursor to serotonin. And we know serotonin is the neurotransmitter that helps you to feel relaxed, gives you peace, all of that. Now, pharmaceutically, we start going into more things like Xanax and things like that. And so obviously it's best to try to get yourself out of these stress responses ahead of time, and then try some, calming methods, like whether it's the warm cup of tea, looking up to the side, some massage in the ear, doing the deep breathing exercises, or trying some of the nutraceuticals to see if we can help to balance that a little bit better. So these are just a couple things, but moreover, make sure you get in with a provider that can check your labs, because sometimes things are a little wonky in your labs and that can be causing the problem. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope you have a lovely day.